Right, we're back here at Albion Park for the Creek and the Ultimate Driver Series, and wrapped to catch up with Mr. Robert Crash Craddock. Firstly, thank you very much for joining me.
Paul, it's my pleasure. It's what a night to be here. A crowd at Albion Park. I'm loving it. This is one of the best days of the year.
It is an awesome night. The drivers, we've got the best drivers in the business. You just watched the best probably in the world right at the minute, Dexter Dunn. With the familiar lean, it was great to watch him just going up the straight. It's a really great night to be a part here of harness racing.
Well, I'm a harness racing nuffy, so I'm doing the little things tonight. Like, I wanted to hear Yannick Gingras talk, his American accent, so I've just listened in onto him and Mark Dux. It's a night for the nuffy. and as you say, Dexter Dunn leaning back. These are beautiful sights and sounds of the night.
I think that's one thing we've got to remember too. A lot of people, it's about punting and winning and trying to do turnover, which is probably one side of our industry. But there's so much more in characters. And when we say that, Dexter's not an outward character or anything like that. His character is the body of work that he's doing, in America right at the minute, the legacy he's left in New Zealand, and have him here driving. He doesn't drive down under. Like, it doesn't matter where it is, so we're lucky enough to have him driving here in Australia right at the minute. It's just a great sight.
And he's got beautiful hands, you can see it. The trainees were just talking about it. He leans back, just the softest hands. And here they say when you shake his hand, it's a slight handshake. Yeah. Much like the great Kevin Thomas, our greatest ever driver here. You barely felt his hand shake you. So many things make a great driver. And Paul, I'm loving this tonight, and so are you.
How long have you been a harness racing, Tragic?
As a boy going to school, we drove from Caboolture to Redcliffe. We drove through a harness racing precinct where 5 sons and daughters of trainers got on. So it's a 50-year love affair for me. The single most exciting moment of my life was when my first horse won at Toowoomba, Dean's Dilemma, and I quivered. I almost passed out. He won unexpectedly in his first race. And so once it's in your blood, Paul, as you know, you never quite shake it. It's there for life. And that's why tonight, I'm just floating quietly around the stables. I'm sure some trainers thinking, "Who's that weird guy?" That's me.
Well, that's all right. I'm going to get Yannick to talk to you in a sec too. Don't worry about it. We'll actually get him to say hello to you, and we'll get it on. I love what you do on the back page. I love Won the Show. I think it's great looking at sport in a different light. But quite often you will actually drop harness racing into it. And people like yourself, for an industry that is getting smaller and smaller, we need it to get bigger. And I appreciate that as a harness racing lover, the fact that you still tell people you avidly walk down here, like you have tonight, come in, no airs and graces, and just come to the races and enjoy it.
It's soothing. Like, there's nothing more soothing than patting a horse. Someone tell me if there is, but I come here over a stressful week and pat. And I talk to people like Lola Wiedemann, the trainer, who's driven so many miles in a float over the years. I worked it out, how far she's driven one day, and see the moon up there? It's 3 times to the moon and back. Incredible. So I thought, I'm not ever whinging about overworking when I see her work. So that's how I'm inspired by harness racing people. I love the fact they're blue collar. They're so down to earth. They're unpretentious. I love that sort of person.
Yeah, I saw Lola, I don't know, might be 6 weeks ago. I went to Marburg. I did one of your tricks. Just pulled up. I thought, "Oh, trots are on. Let's see who's there." And I think she ended up driving 3 winners on that day. But she's rubbing tyres with these young blokes and on a tight track. And she probably doesn't need to do it, but she still does it, and she loves it.
And the Wiedemanns are so tough. I'll tell you how tough they are. They trained a galloper a couple of years ago, and a mate of mine who was a jockey rode it. And in the parade ring, it stood on Lola's sister Julie's foot. Now, anyone who knows when a horse stands on your foot, you recoil in pain. She just went, and sniffed, and then walked on. And even the jockey went, "Ouch!" And he was in the saddle. That's how tough the Wiedemanns are.
They are indeed. Crash, great to have you here. Enjoy your night, mate. You rub shoulders. We'll try and grab hold of Yannick if we can, and so you can actually hear his voice properly, and you don't have to do the sneaky little ear, but we'll try and do that for you. But they're up there. We'll be able to catch them in a minute. But thank you very much for 5 minutes of your time as well. I really appreciate it. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your night.
Anytime you need me, I'm there, because it's a great industry. I love it from there to there, and long may it continue. Thanks, Paul.
Great words. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, anytime, mate.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.